City Online Racing. We are here for round 5 of season 2. We are here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Tonight in the commentary box is a bit of a different one. You have myself, SVOR as always, and returning from last week we have Matt Silver, also known as Sinistro, and we also have SV One Shot in the commentary box. Good evening, lads.
How are you doing,
about
sir?
15 minutes.
Obviously we will be missing. We're on lap 1 of 3 apparently. That's always a good sign. We will be
No.
missing Q1 due to obviously not having the amount of people that we need. We obviously need 16 to do the full qualifying. What left for some apparent reason. People should now be learning that they need to retire, so we shouldn't be seeing anyone coming out.
Yeah.
Obviously, just a few things that I need to talk about. Obviously, driver changes. We have SV Ninjas and SV Custard swapping seats, literally the Gasly and Albon treatment.
Christian Horner there.
Yeah, he obviously was impressed with Custard's performance last week and decided to move him up into the Red Bull. Obviously, there's a new guy, RSF1 Blazify, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Blatify.
We'll just call him Blaze from now on. We do have a car going out onto track, which is
Can we invite Jota back?
S3 Ramsey. Yes, please. Obviously, we obviously introduced F2, which will be starting next season when F1 season 3 starts. 12 race calendar, 24 rounds obviously for the feature and for the sprint race. So obviously we will be using whether F2 will be on next year's game. Hopefully it is, otherwise it'll make.
Yeah, I hope.
I'm excited for that.
Anymore.
I'm very excited for the F2 cars to come back. You never know, maybe in a few years we may have F3, so that would make things a lot more interesting for league racing.
Oh, Bond will be happy.
Hoping.
Bond will be happy with that.
Would be, I know why he'd be happy. Hopefully these two guys actually go back into the pits, because they really shouldn't be out.
Yeah, I'll be sending a message to them.
They kind of need to. They better not retire on track, otherwise they will be picking up the penalty. I mean, it doesn't really matter in Q1, I suppose, but hopefully they do come in. Really, I'm assuming a load of these guys will be hopefully telling them to come in. At least someone has just retired. I think that will be. Let's just watch Ramsey to see if he actually. No, he's going for a lap. There's no need to go for a lap.
Oh dear.
We don't have enough drivers to do. Oh, I'll put it in the chat then. I don't understand why they are doing a lap.
No need to.
Practice?
I really don't.
You need practice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. We're literally trying to stream here. Oh, Jota has joined back. That's a good sign. Let's see if Southern Ping actually comes in. Southern Ping is coming in. And I assume Daleks will be probably coming in as well, seeing as he's in
qualifying is not actually underway. I'm really interested to see what the Mercedes of Blessify or Blaze, as you want to call him. I'm really interested to see what space league can he be the one.
See what kind of lap times Ramsey can do. It's on 30.7. Not a bad lap on those mediums, to be fair. But yeah, obviously
He's actually on the hards.
it's going to be interesting to see what kind of laps he can do and see if he can. To be fair, people who have actually debuted have actually gone on to have a pretty decent race. I mean, Daleks last season came away with a few podiums and came away with a win as well.
Darren had a good first race as well.
Oh, he did. He crashed.
I know.
I'm pretty sure Darren crashed at Australia. But no, I'm very impressed with. Like even Ramsey, like I mean, he's not the quickest driver out there, but he's very consistent. He's picking up like decent points. I mean, he's only 3 seconds away from picking up his first podium in SVOR last week. Came so close, and Bradford actually was very close to picking up that penalty, which would have demoted him down to 4th. So Ramsey, I think, going into this weekend is going to give himself a lot of confidence. Hopefully he can get himself up there. Obviously, having to carry his teammate, I don't think Tony's not going to deny that one bit. Ramsey goes even quicker with a 1:30.6, goes a 10th quicker.
He's on hard
though. Lap as well. Who is on those softs, so someone got a thunderstorm going on.
Yeah, it's just my background.
Is that a thunderstorm?
Like always. Yes.
Oh my god. So we're kind of expecting you to be leaving the session very, very soon.
Yes, it's lagging all over the place, but if the race is the same as in real life, we can have a wet race, so that's interesting.
I don't think we're going to be seeing any rain at Bahrain. Although rain is in the name, so we never know.
Yeah.
Hey Jack, this is Bahrain, this isn't Spain. As you
I
said.
thought it was Spain this week, I don't know why.
I don't even think Spain's on the calendar this season, from what I know of. I even made the thingy, but
No, cause I saw Brad and Pagoo and all that practice in Spain for some reason.
Yeah, because we're there Thursday for TSRL, probably. Yeah, we're not even at Spain this season. Only one more race after this, and then we are on a week break. That'll be good for the drivers and for us. I think it's a well-needed break. Hopefully, Pagoo can pick himself up and get back in that championship fight. Obviously, last week we lost first place in the championship. Currently leading. Currently leading the drivers' championship by. I don't actually know.
8 points.
That's the one.
Quick maths.
Oh, with the points, put like a gap, so it's easier to like understand. Like you could do a gap to like first place and then gap to like the drivers around them, like above them, I guess.
Yeah,
things a little bit easier if you can do that.
Trying to.
I mean, Jota is on a very good run
but
at the moment.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna disconnect now and get back on the stream because the connection is really not working here for me. I will just try to do something and I'll be right back.
Oh man. So obviously, even if Pagoo was to win and Jota gets second, Jota would still be leading the championship.
Oh.
And Jota would obviously still be ahead of future number of wins. Ferrari obviously leading that constructors battle. There's a massive gap forming, but there's A good battle between McLaren and Renault. 10 points separating each other. Further down the line we've got Alfa Romeo and Red Bull. Also with 11 points between each other. Haas and Mercedes looking to continue their fight, as well as Toro Rosso. Obviously no one driving in the Williams, I don't blame them either. Hopefully we'll be able to sort some of those things out very, very soon.
I hope the Williams though next year is actually a decent car.
Well, when we can actually get to seeing the cars on track, because obviously with the coronavirus, obviously we won't be seeing this track for a very long time. Supposed to have been behind closed doors. Bradford goes even quicker with 128.9. Obviously this doesn't really matter. We've got Daleks on a lap currently. I would assume some of these guys are probably doing some tyre runs, just to see how far they can get their tyres to. Expecting probably a one stop for people who are starting probably on the mediums, probably go to the hards, and if you're starting on the softs, potentially could see potentially a two stop with softs into the medium Daleks. Was even quicker than 128.2, so the Ferrari's not showing their true pace, I don't think. In Q1, I would expect them to be a little bit quicker there, especially the fact that Daleks is nearly a whole second quicker than SVOR. We've got SV Custard still in the garage, just waiting for people to retire now. Hopefully the likes of Bagoo, and Bagoo is now coming into the pit, so he's probably going to retire, which makes our life a little bit easier. And 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, Bond, oh, called it. And Brad's going out for another lap. I mean, I would prefer them to retire. I can really do about that.
Definitely got to change my call after this.
Oh, and Sinistro is bad. Well, in the party anyway. Invite. On your steer. Oh. You know what my monster? I'm about to start drinking, Poggy! I would assume Daleks is going to retire, hopefully soon. Daleks retire. 3, 2, 1, now. Damn it. And Bradford going around the final corner. Expect a little bit of he's down on his time. Start as finisher like tall. Around the final corner. The RS wide open now. And Dalek has indeed retired. I'm on you two, just retire. Bonds with a lock up in turn 1. And this kind of helps drivers that haven't had much of a practice, I suppose. Bonds with another lock up.
Yeah, if you can practice that, so
You never know, for season 5 of SVOR we might introduce practice sessions.
Oh. Kieran.
What's wrong with you?
Fernandez won Player of the Month.
I know. Stop talking about FIFA.
That's just real life. I'm on about real life. It's real
No,
life
they
as well.
stopped talking about FIFA and real life football. This is F1.
Okay, now.
Well,
No, I'm just at the prize you bust. Jesus Christ.
sick.
Kind of called it though, didn't we?
Bradford into the pits. And 3, 2, damn it. And Bond's run a final corner. Let's see what lap time we can do. Can he beat Ramsey's time? No. So, Ramsey very quick on those hard tyres. Bond, if you're watching, just retire on track. You won't get a penalty. I just realised we're all stewards, so anything that we see will be easy. I just realised that. Obviously, anyone that readies up before Bradford will then pick up a 5-second time penalty, which Sergeant Milk did last week, even though he was told that he could.
Still can't believe I got killed on the first lap last night.
I died a few laps later, don't worry. So right, for people who missed the race in VVR yesterday, it's fine because you get to do it again.
The thing I don't get is why didn't Dalex's car retire? Like, it didn't ghost. It should have ghosted.
Because ghosting is off.
Yeah, but for retired cars, it should ghost automatically.
There we go, qualifying is over. And going through is all 15 drivers. Imagine if Southern Ping gets knocked out. He should make it through. There's no point screenshotting this qualifying session. I can actually see the results, but let's hope Xbox Live can actually stay awake for the rest of the remaining sessions. I'm not sure what's...
There we go.
I mean, I couldn't even screenshot it if I wanted to.
My fucking phone is
There we
playing
go.
up. Seriously.
Time for qualifying, and this is where it gets serious. All 15 drivers have actually made it through. Go for it. I think SV Tony,
As always.
Southern Ping, Richard Despairs, and I'm gonna go with Ninjas as well. That's who I think might drop out, but you never know. Bahrain can throw some surprises. We do have Daleks. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we could see obviously that quick right-hander going into sector 3. That's one of those corners where if you put your tyre on that curve, you're going to be going straight into the wall. So drivers do need to be
And
careful.
Blaze just lost it.
Blazerfly. Oh, Blazerfly is actually off the circuit. Needs to be careful with rejoining. He's let Jota through. Oh, and he's definitely using no traction. So hopefully you can get the car in a straight line, and there we go. We'll jump on board with Despairs. He's going to be the first driver to set that.
And he's invalidate. Oh, that's...
Yeah. I think the likes of Blazerfy and Pagoo will probably try and do their first laps on the highs and potentially move to the mediums if they feel like they're in danger of being knocked out. But Despair is coming to turn 1, clips the apex nicely through turn 2, and obviously 3 DRS straights around the circuit of Bahrain. That's the second one of them if you start, obviously, then see if you're starting the lap. Obviously you do get DRS at the end of the lap as well, and obviously he will be going purple due to the fact that he is the first car to be setting a lap coming into the hairpin, which can cause a lot of drivers to oh, I think Dalek is actually just fun there. That's not gonna and Despairs has in fact invalidated his first lap, so we're gonna jump on board with Elias, who's not that far behind. Let's see if he can get around that hairpin nicely. He does indeed, and there's another yellow flag, which I believe is Despairs just slowing down. And Elias going for more of an inside to come over to the left and then to the right to get the better entry for the corner. And let's see if he can make it through this, probably the hardest part of the track. There's a slight lift there going through that corner. That is actually a flat out corner, so hopefully we don't see too many casualties going through that corner. Elias coming down, technically I would say the back straight. Slight lock up into the final corner. He's round it. It's going to be a fairly decent lap here, I think. Probably a 132. Yeah, 132.0. Jump on board with Richard, and he goes even quicker.
Like, it's just him.
Plays a Sergeant Milk. Oh, Jotta's just put in a. Oh, that's a nice lap from Jotta. Blazerfy is invalidated. All the spares. Oh, nearly losing the car there. And Jotta, I think, is kind of getting in the way there. Got a Toro Rosso, which I could.
To be fair, it's quite easy to spin there, to be honest.
Oh, Jotta's nearly lost it as well. Sounds about right. Oh. We've got Ramsey starting a lap now. Ninja's on the back straight, and Pagoo also out on a lap. He's just started his lap. I've got a yellow flag going on right now. Just spares coming down the back straight now. Let's see what time he can actually do, unless he validates at the last corner.
Tiny just invalidated, but he's letting everyone through, I think.
I think one of those Alfa Romeos is lagging. The Spares goes 6th. A lot of mistakes. Blazerfy coming around the final corner.
He's
now.
invalidated.
He's invalidated at lap time. Tony also invalidated. Let's have a look at Pagoo. Ramsey's ahead of him actually. No, he's not. Pagoo goes even quicker in the third sector here. Oh, he's just invalidated at lap time, running out very wide there. He's going to be very annoyed there. And Ramsey now coming into the final corner. Let's see what time he can do on those mediums.
Former teammates.
Yep. And Ramsey coming up to the line, goes second. I would assume Pagoo's gone on for another lap there. We've also got Custard now starting a lap. Hopefully he doesn't get too much traffic into the first corner. We've got Bradford now starting a lap just behind him. And Despairs is coming through into sector 3 now. Let's see what kind of time he can do. Richard is on, I think he's coming in this lap. Let's have a look at the spares now. Let's see if he can put in a representative time here. Because he's going to need to. He's struggling slightly. But he's coming up to the line. DRS wide open. It's going to be up there. And he goes up to 5th. I think there's a lot more pace that he has there. Ninjas going around the final corner. DRS now wide open. It's going to be a very slow lap though.
Laserfires goes second.
Yep. He's finally picked up that pace. And he's only 3 tenths off. No, 2 tenths off Jota. Yep. Custard coming around the final corner now. Let's see what time we can do. SV Custard goes 6th. We'll go on board with
Nice one, Brad.
Bradford goes quicker. We've got Daleks now. I'm not sure where he is. Going around the final corner. Let's see what time he can do. He needs to put himself up there. And he goes first. But on those mediums. Obviously, top 10 will have to start on these tyres. But Goo, I think, is a little bit
Off the pace.
He's actually gone quickest in sector 1 here. So, I don't think there's too much to worry about. A yellow flag and it's Blazerfire going very slowly.
On his cooldown lap.
Getting that Toro Rosso through. So, we do have AMS down on the lap. We've got Elias now starting another lap.
Ninja's just invalidated.
Let's see, Blazerfire expect to finish his lap. Got Tony on an out lap now. Elias, as I said, just starting his lap. Bagoo gone quickest into sector 2 as well. So this should give him P1 into Q2. He's going around the final corner. If he gets up into probably top 3, I would say it's fairly safe. But he's coming into the pits, which is a big shock there. He was definitely up on his time. He used to be worried. I would assume he's probably going to put a set of mediums on.
He's nearly out of fuel. I think that's why he came in.
He's going to have to be... And Darren round the final corner. Only 13th. Only 13th from Darren. One of probably the quickest drivers in SVOR. Only 13th there. Tony on the other hand, coming into the trickiest part of the... Just a nice line through there. A little bit of tail happy on exit, but DRS now wide open. There's Blazerfire on another lap.
Darren's just put in the first purple in a purple sector.
Blaze is on another lap here, so it says he's on another lap, seeing as he is using his ERS. Slightly misses the apex for that corner, but he's coming around the final corner now. DRS wide open. There should be a fairly decent lap here. Puts himself up to 3rd, so moves Jota. Pagoo coming back out on, as I said, on those mediums. He is in the drop zone here, so needs to be careful. Darren is up on his time once again, and Tony makes his way up into 8th. I would assume some of these drivers are going to be doing much faster laps than what we've seen so far. Custard obviously on that edge of being dropped out. Despairs is on an outlap. Pagoo on an outlap as well. Richard looking to, and Darren goes even quicker. There we go. That's what I was expecting to see. And Ninja's on an outlap himself as well. So
Darren's just completely cut the hairpin.
Blazerfire probably does need to come in, because unless he's fueled up for a lot of runs, because he's still not got that indicator that he's running out of fuel, but he is running very low on ERS. I think Darren, I would say, is fairly safe with that lap. And Blaze, you need to come in. Elias coming in as well. Tony, I would say, is probably on the cusp of probably dropping out. Although he is actually 2/10 quicker than Richard there. I think Richard did his tyre on the mediums, I believe.
Yeah.
And Richard's actually starting his one out. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a yellow flag. That's I believe that's Darren just getting out of the way. We've got spares on a lap. Yep. So that should comfortably put him through potentially. Actually, Ramsey is actually retired.
In the pit lane.
That's in the pit lane. That might be a big mistake here with some of the drivers not to be setting the faster lap times. The spares to the line. Only 10th. Oh, that might not be safe enough. He is on 4 lap old tyres there. That may be him out of qualifying. Custard on his way out as well. We've got a lot of drivers coming out. Ninjas has invalidated his lap time. He was 4 seconds up, so that would have comfortably put him up there. So he's going to have to go again. He was up by 5 seconds. Yep. Richard coming around the final corner. Let's see if he can beat that time. He does. He moves up to 6th. I think that he may be safe there. Ramsey.
There you go.
Oh, Pagoo goes even quicker, and Ramsey and Southern Ping need to put in some decent laps here. Southern Ping up by 7/10 in the 3rd sector. We've got a yellow flag. I believe that's
Tony's
going slowly into turn 1.
invalidated, but he's on the out lap.
Southern Ping around the final corner now. He needs to put in a very decent lap time here. Obviously, Ramsey probably made a mistake there. Southern Ping goes 7th. Let's have a look at Ninjas. Ninjas has a lot of traffic here with Daleks in the way. Daleks really needs to move out the way so we can let Ninjas through.
Spares is on another lap, so it's cool. Half lap, so.
Right. That may. Oh, Bonge, don't get in the way, you tit. Ninja's gonna get a nice 2 here, though. Oh, he's run out of fuel! But he beats Sergeant Milk. Sergeant Milk only just making there, and Darren, obviously still in the pit lane. Jota is actually a second up on his time here.
Oh, this first call. So.
Yep, displays is out. SV Custard needs to put in a decent lap here. And Ninja's also out. Sergeant Milk also on a lap here himself. He's got Tony just ahead of him, also on a lap, so it's going to be very interesting. I can't remember who's actually. Oh, I think the spares has just got in the way of Daleks there. A lot of drivers trying to find themselves some room, and we have a battle here, and Ninjas has gone completely off.
Yeah, he's moving out of the way.
Does have Tony just ahead of him, but they're both on laps here, so Tony doesn't actually have to move out the way. We've got Custard. Bradford is on apparently an out lap, but he puts himself up into 2nd place. Razorfire coming into the final corner now. He is, I would say, safe there. And around the final corner, Razorfire, that's probably why Daleks is friend, goes 2nd. That's a nice lap from him. And Tony, Elias puts himself up into 2nd, and oh, what is Bonge doing? No! Oh, Sergeant Milk has crashed. But he's made it through. But I don't think he's going to be going through. Ninjas. Yeah. Now he will be starting P11, but I don't think Sergeant Milk will be unless he crossed the line
He
and
crossed the
then
line.
crashed.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see here because we have seen this happen before with. It wasn't in this league. It was in VVR where Pagoo actually crashed into the back of Ney when qualifying was over, and then was removed from qualifying. So it's going to be interesting to see if Sergeant Milk actually has made it through. But Bonge was on a very decent lap time there and then decided to brake at the last minute. So obviously he probably wants to start on fresh tyres, which isn't a bad strategy, but he's going to be quite a fair way old behind. Um,
That weren't the spares.
I tell you what, my prediction was absolutely wrong there. Is there actually any surprises? Oh, I forgot. You are more than... Yeah, Sergeant Milk is out. I think I'm going to have to make it a rule not to actually crash even when like qualifying's over, because you will get absolutely yeeted. So making it through into Q3 for Battle for Pole is Jota, Elias, Blazerfy, SV Bradford, SV Pagoo, AMS Darren, Dalek, Southern Ping, and SV Richard. Out of qualifying is Sergeant Milk, SV Ramsey, SV Tony Despairs, SV Custard. I'm going to get slated for that now. And SV Ninjas. Obviously, if you do have Twitch Prime, don't forget to sub, because we are now affiliated on Twitch. So, yeah. Obviously, if we were to do a sub-only mode, then you can obviously go ahead and subscribe. I won't actually be able to see it because I don't have my phone, so I need to find that. Wherever it is, I'm sat on it. Alright, so here we go. Battle for pole. Who do you think is going to be on pole position at the end of this session? Yeah. Jack, who do you feel like is going to get pole position tonight?
Blaze's pace is actually on par with like the other top like 4 drivers probably. So like Darren, Jota, Brad, and Pagoo, and maybe Elias as well. So this could be, I'd say, quite a good battle for pole position, to be honest. To be fair, wasn't it VVR or was it SVOR where Richard actually nearly got a podium for qualifying? I got one of the top 3 spots. He just missed out by like a second because someone beat him. He got like on the last part, like on the last bit of qualifying. I think it was Brad that took the his first pole away from him. Yeah, Brad just. I think it was Brad that
What
took.
just happened? Did Richard die?
Yeah, Brad's around.
Oh.
He spun it coming out the hit.
Did Richard retire, or has he just not come out yet?
He's not come out yet.
Okay. I can hear him laughing, which is... I don't know why. Brad, we missed your donuts, mate, sorry.
Oh, I got it. I think it was Blaze out first, wasn't it? Donut, oh, it's John out. Yeah.
I need to actually get on board with Blazer Fire, seeing as he is going to be the first driver to...
He invalidated.
Oh, that's why I went off it then. Who's next then?
Elias. Then it's going to be the other Renault.
Maybe McLaren. It'll be interesting to see Elias crossing line 128.3. Who's starting his lap. Darren goes even quicker. Renault showing some decent pace today. Daleks goes even quicker with 147.8.
He got a massive tail on the back straight though, to be fair.
Bradford got to cross the line here as well. Goes only P2. Let's see what SV Pagoo can now do.
Blazer Fire's just invalidated again. See John switched his helmet up.
Yeah, he's got like a black on my screen, but
It's black and red.
yeah, he did say he wanted like a Ferrari kind of aspect to the thingy. So car ahead of him, and the goo goes even quicker in the third sector. Here we go, across the line. And he does 127.6.
A whole
By
2
2 tenths there. We've got Richard on the lap now. He's actually gone quickest into sector 1, which is about 3 corners.
It's mostly straights in sector 1.
Yeah, it's true. And a little kink. But Richard with DRS wide open. Let's come into sector 3. Let's see what kind of time he's going to do. So 107.3 going into sector 2. Let's see what kind of time we can get on with. I think we'll be battling the likes of Sun and Ping here for kind of the bottom end of the top 9. Here comes Richard across the line. 129.4. Very slow on Richard's part, but Joy is really not liking. He's invalidated both of his times here, so it's very odd to see Joy struggling so much. He did say Bahrain was one of his least favourite tracks yesterday in the press conference, which you can now check on our YouTube channel. it's going to be interesting to see where Jota can place himself. He's very out of position at the moment. He needs to put in a very decent lap, and I think Richard, the only driver on track at the moment, will be coming in this lap. So it'll be interesting to see where Richard can place himself. Laserfly, looking very good, but it needs to start putting those laps in for us to give us a decent indication of where he's at. Simon Ping on his way out onto the track. Usually you would be battling Lucasade, but unfortunately Lucasade isn't here for personal reasons. He needs to be careful. You probably want to, unless he's only got one set of softs for this session, then I can understand why he's probably going again. So let's see if he can improve on his time. I feel like he's got a lot to improve on his lap here. We'll find out now though. Going through sector 1, and he's up on his time by a tenth, nearly 2 tenths there. He's clips the apex nicely. Obviously he's got a brand new teammate in SV Custard. Interesting to see how them two can do in the Red Bull. Also did speak to Sergeant Milk yesterday, and he will be fighting for that Red Bull seat, which is kind of given me an idea for next season, which I will talk to you guys about after the stream finishes. But he's down in sector 2 here. Let's see if we can get the rest of the lap together. Clips the apex nicely at the final corner. To the line now. Let's see if he can improve on that 129. He doesn't. He is really struggling. Blazerfly, yeah, qualifying is now over for Richard. Well, I mean, he has enough time for another lap, but I feel like his fuel is probably going to go. Blazerfly has just run out very wide there, so he's given up on this lap. He's got enough time to go again, though. I have no idea where he's going. Yeah, up there in P2. He seems to be finding his rhythm now. I feel like probably a podium here would oh, okay, he was on an out lap, but it was showing that he was on a lap. Okay, that makes no sense. But Blazerfly starting his lap now. I don't think Richard is going to be. Southern Ping puts himself up into P4. That Richard's qualifying is over. If Blazerfly and Jota can put in decent laps here, that could see Richard starting P9. And there's a yellow flag, which I believe is for one of the Ferraris. That's Pagoo going slowly. Starting his lap, probably getting a gap to the Renault ahead of him. But here comes Pagoo. Let's see if we can whack it on pole position. Who I feel like he's going to get pole. Oh, Daleks has just invalidated his lap. He's going to finish his lap, see where it could have put him, I would imagine. Actually, Brad. Here we go. Balls in now. These are obviously the final laps of qualifying. Blazerfly round the final corner. DRS wide open. Let's see what time we can do. He goes pole position. Oh, this is where it's going to get tasty. And let's ride on board with Jota. Let's see if Jota can displace him. Let's see what he can do in the final sector. I can't. Oh, it's because he's not done a time yet that we can't actually see if he's going quicker or not. But here, actually, we've got Bradford coming around the final corner here, actually. And let's see if he can displace to the line now. Only second. And the Jota across the line. Goes P2. And there's a Renault. And the Lice is actually out of qualifying Pagoo. I can't get to Pagoo. Pagoo to cross the line. No! And Blazerfire is on pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix in his first, his debut for SVOR. Oh my god. Look how close it is between the top four though, all separated by a tenth and a half. Did they actually? Oh. I thought they did. Oh my god. Let's just hope Blazerfire can get a decent start. Obviously we haven't seen his starts as of yet, but if he can get a decent start into turn 1 and get a decent gap going up into turn 4, this could be a very interesting race. Pagoo will need to obviously jump Jota to... he would need Jota to finish 3rd or below, and Pagoo would need to win to even take the championship back into his favour. Obviously we will now have a small break. I would put a 30-second add-on, but no, 60-second add-on, but I can't because my laptop is off at the moment. No, because everyone will miss the race then. But here we go. So obviously, whilst we're waiting for the drivers to sort themselves out, obviously a fairly long race ahead of us. 29 laps, I believe, if I remember correctly. Who do you feel, we'll go to you, Matt, first. Who do you feel is going to come away with the win tonight? Nope. Okay, Jack, same question for you. Who do you feel is going to win this race? And SV Pagoo has readied up. I think Brad, I don't know who readied up first there, but who do you feel is going to win this race tonight, Jack? Unmute your mic.
Yeah, sorry, I was singing earlier.
Sound like a robot.
Yeah, I know. Fucking annoying me. One sec.
Whilst we're waiting for Jack to sort his mic out, The cars are
There we
on their
go.
way.
Um,
There we go. Right.
I'd say if no one gets damaged on turn if no one gets damaged from turn 1, especially John or Pagoo, because he's like literally in the middle of the pack near enough. If John can keep it consistent, I'd say probably John.
Yeah.
But I'd say if Blazerfire gets a decent gap to everyone else, I'd say he could get a podium on his debut as well. Because he's proven
He doesn't have a mic, so if he does get on the podium, we won't be able to talk to him. But I'll get him to give us a statement at the end of the race. But I'm personally going to go with a Bradford win here.
because he's been robbed a couple of times, hasn't he? A little bit.
He's got the pace to win. It's just the penalties that he receives. Obviously, we saw how good he was last week, starting from last place to third. So it'll be interesting to see. If, there may be some team orders. You never know if Pagoo feels like Bradford is quicker than him. We may see some team orders. But it's going to be interesting. Betafy is actually slowing down to actually catch the pace up here. And Pagoo, very, very slowly. He's going to have to be careful that he doesn't get himself disqualified here. Which I feel like he's just realised. Plays.
I like you said. Saying something. Team order.
Yeah.
What the hell is
As
pinging?
much as everyone's getting disqualified from the formation lap because Pagoo and Brad and Jota were going very, very slowly, which is why they've been disqualified from. Which I feel like I'm going to have a chat with them. Actually, talking of that, we did see both Alpha and Mayos be disqualified from the formation lap, so they most likely would have. Let's get on board with the pole sitter here. Can I get a better camera? Not yet. We're just waiting for the Ferraris and waiting for Ninjas to place his car at the back of the grid. And here we go. 29 laps. Can I get a better angle, please? There we go. We have 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. And Blazerfly gets a very decent start. But I think Jota's got a decent start as well. And Bradford's bogged down. And he's into 5th place. And Jota's up. Pagoo round the... Oh, and Jota's into the lead here. Blazerfly...
And Daleks is round.
Oh, and... Oh, I think Blazerfly may have... Does he have... no damage is caused just yet. And Bradford's back up into 4th place here. And we've got a lot of drivers here. Both Renault... not Renault's, Toro Rosso's fighting for position. And Jota... Let's see who can break the latest here. And Jota's back up into P1. And Pagoo's actually got a very decent...
Can I just point out, by the way, Richard started 9th. Richard started 9th. He's now 7th.
Go on, Richard. He has got Ramsey right behind him here, though. And so's Ninjas, actually. I think he started from the back, I believe. Elias
is down to 13.
Oh, Darren's gone off, and Southern Pete's going to get that 5th place, and Richard going to have... Darren's going to be under pressure here from Richard. Darren not looking very comfortable, but at the top, we're going to see a move here. Jota setting the fastest lap of the race, but Blazerfly is going to come under pressure. Not under pressure, and Blazerfly to the outside. Jota's leaving the room. Slight contact, bang on wheels. And Jota does indeed keep that first place, but Blazify round the outside. He's taken the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And Ramsey, I think, is... Oh, it's a big collision. Oh, and Tony's out. Tony is out of the race and safety car as well. Oh, that's a massive shame for Tony. Oh. I mean, Ranji has front wing damage, so he was caught up in that collision. He's gonna, he's obviously gonna have free pit stop here. So the guys that are probably on the soft tyres do have a chance to make that pit stop if they feel like they need to. That's. I mean, it's been a great race so far. Jota obviously leading. Bezafai is actually into third here. Actually, Blue is up into second.
I think John got him on the straight, I believe.
Summon Ping up into 5th place here. Spares.
Ninjas.
And Ninja's got a drive through, which he cannot do underneath the safety car, so it's gonna put him way back in the order. Alex is up into somehow up into 12th place.
Yeah, he crashed on that one.
I feel like Custard also has front wing damage here. Darren and Richard into the pit, which is going to mess up Bonge here. Bonge needs to be careful, just because he's probably going to get held up a fair bit here. It's not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. So Custard will... Custard has actually jumped Ramsey there.
I think Ninjas went to go and do his drive-through.
He can't do his drive-through.
Yeah, he went to go and do his drive-through, I think, and realised it just pitted him. He's now on softs.
This is going to be very quick. Elias has actually gone on to those hard compounds, so he's probably going to try and hope to get to the end of the race on those set of tyres. But this has been a very good race so far. We have Jota leading by obviously under safety car. Blue needs to be careful that he doesn't hit Jota there, otherwise he will pick himself up a penalty. Which will probably get removed because penalties under the safety car I think are just stupid.
Which what the ones that are like speeding under the safety car, yeah, fair enough. Because you shouldn't be speeding under the safety car anyway. But
Sergeant Milk is up into 6th place here, by the way. Just thought I'd notice that.
reckon safety car in this lap, you reckon?
Yeah. The safety car has picked up all the drivers, so... What are these two doing up front? And again. I think Bezafai just wants the safety car to go in, to be fair. I think he's raring to go. I believe safety car will indeed come in this lap. All the drivers are now bunched up behind the safety car, so I'd expect the notification of safety car in this lap. A bit of a lag on Blazify's end. I don't think the best connection, but as things stand, Jota will be picking up those full 25 points, but we still have 26 laps to go, and Pagoo overtaking Jota on the safety car, and obviously giving that position back. He's raring to go. Hopefully we'll get this notification to safety car coming in. All the cars have now been picked up, so should get it when he goes round this corner.
Ooh, gonna do my dinner after this.
Yep, safety car in this lap. So Jota technically becomes the safety car now.
Why are they slowing down that much?
Ramsey. Oh, Ninja just picked up a 5-second. Did he hit Daleks, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
I will remove that because it's just stupid. I will also warn drivers to be careful under the safety car. But Jota now, he's going. As he caught Pagoo napping. Oh, Pagoo's run out wide here, and Blazerfi's gonna go for second place. Let's see who's got the better top line speed. I think Pagoo has better but here comes Bradford as well. Blazerfi up into second place. Pagoo is now in third. Custard has made a move on Ninjas. I believe Ninjas is actually... No, he's not made his... Oh, and Ramsey round the outside of Ninjas there. Lovely move. Got Richard. Richard up into 7th. Oh, Darren's on his outside. Oh, he's gone out wide and Darren's going to come back at him. But Richard does have that inside line.
Oh, Kid's just put in a chat. By the way, the stream keeps lagging.
Sounds about right. Shouldn't be lagging that much. Might just be your connection.
And not only that, that can't be helped anyway because you are streaming it through the Xbox.
There comes Jota. Jota's got a lovely gap here though. And Pagoo. Yep. And Daleks has gone for a move into spares. Darren's onto the back of Richard here, so could potentially see him move into turn 1. Richard keeping to the inside, so Despairs is now into the pits, so he must have got damage from that. Oh, Sergeant Milk! Oh, slight contact between Darren and Richard. Nothing to really worry about, but Richard has still kept at 7th place, and Ninja's into the pits for his... They're not serving his drive-through. Oh, he's got a 5-second stop go, sorry. That's why.
He got front wing damage by the looks of it.
Yeah, he did. Just made his pit stop even longer. Oh, Richard been very tail happy there, but he's going to keep 7th place here. We see a move going into the next corner, and Darren's got a very good exit, but Richard, I think, has very good straight line speed here. And he's got Sergeant Milk just ahead of him. Sergeant Milk struggling a bit now after that safety car. Darren obviously on those hards. He'll need to start making up some positions. Elias into 10th place now. Yeah, he's going to have a tow from Sergeant Milk here, I think. He is within that, I reckon, within that zone that you can get a slight tow. DRS has now been enabled, so... Here comes Darren. And it's going to be a very simple move, and Darren is into 7th place, but let's see if Richard comes back at him. No, he doesn't. Daleks is now going to be under the attack of they'll be attacking Richard. Richard does have DRS here though. Oh, he's gone for a move. Not going to keep it though. That was a massive dive bomb. I mean, he nearly did it. All Daleks has run out. No penalties yet though, which is surprising. And Ninja's is back into the pits. I feel like he may be retiring here. Custard on Elias here, actually. The smallest gap so far. Actually got Ramsey on Custard as well, actually, here. Obviously Custard is on medium, so...
Yeah, Ninja's saved his drive-through, by the way.
Oh. So the drive-through and a stop-go. How can you get worse than that?
Yeah.
There we go, top 1.27 gap drop, the fastest lap of the race.
Bradford takes it then as well.
Bradford now with the fastest lap, and let's see if Custard can start making some moves. Oh, Rich has been overtaken by Daleks here. I have Elias. Obviously, Elias and Richard ex-teammates from last season. It'll be interesting to see if there's no love lost there, but...
Matt just lagged, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Just send him an invite back. Here comes Custard on the attack. Goo actually onto the back of Blazerfire here.
Yeah, Jota's got a 1.7 gap to Blaze already.
1.6, not 1.7.
It was 1.7 a minute ago.
Wasn't paying much attention. That's alright. Bagoo now looking for a move on Blazerfire. Bagoo with very decent straight line speed. Could see him move for second place here, and Bagoo with a very decent exit. And here comes Bagoo, DRS wide open up into overtake as well. Blazerfire keeping to that inside line, and Bagoo going. That's the outside line, not inside. Sergeant Milk into the pit.
Oh, they touch wheels.
Bagoo up into second place and slightly lag. Sergeant Milk into the pits for his pit stop between the mediums. Here we go, battle for 9th place now. Getting very heated here. Richard and Daleks. Richard going for a move and Daleks squeezing him. Daleks is Richard with a move on the outside, very nice. And SV Custard up into 9th place.
Richard is really going for moves here.
SV Ramsey to the inside. Oh, Elias has front wing damage as well.
They make slight contact.
Help him. Ramsey just needs to keep it clean here. He's not really got much of a challenge from behind. I believe Richard and Daleks have a very nice battle here, but if these two keep battling, then we could see him Custard get onto the back of this fight fairly soon. But Richard's still within, needs to move over slightly so we can catch that slipstream.
And Blazerfire's coming in.
Bagoo setting the fastest lap of the race, but as Jack just said, Blazerfire coming into the pits.
Maybe going for an undercut. Interesting.
Yep, set a hards to the end.
Richard has moved over. Here comes Ramsey as well. DRS wide over. I think he may be a bit too far back. SV Tony has now left.
Oh, and Richard and Daleks are just really battling here.
Needs to be careful because Bond is definitely going to be able to catch up onto these. Elias is within a second of Bond now.
Yeah.
DRS.
Bond is loving this.
Bond is for some reason going fairly slow for some apparent reason. But here comes Richard again.
Richard, Mr. Dive Bomb.
If only he would have got that move stuff. That would have been amazing.
Yeah. He's gonna get DRS here though.
John's cut down the gap to Jota, by the way, by a significant amount.
Yep.
Yeah, and take a look, by the way.
Interesting to see if Blazerfire can get the undercut done.
Take a look at Richards and Dalek's ERS. Because Richard is using he's got the DRS, he doesn't really need to use that much ERS. So yeah, this will be interesting.
Here comes Richard slipstream and DRS and moves up into overtake.
Dalek's trying to break that toe.
Oh my god!
That was a late move. Oh, and Dalek's
no,
he's gonna cover him.
He goes in way too deep. And Richard round the ups. There's gonna be a collision. Oh!
I was surprised Dalek didn't pick up a
cheap.
penalty there, by the way.
I was surprised
alive
Dalek's
from
wasn't
Bonge
into
here.
the walls there.
If Bonge covers the inside, he doesn't. See if we can get the over.
Oh, and Elias and Custard on the inside.
Like contact as well. And Bonge is cutting the corner for some apparent reason.
Custard will probably get back at him.
Oh, Elias with a massive lock up though. Jota's starting
Southern
to
King's just
increase
gone
that gap
wide.
at the top.
In the second DRS zone.
Bonge, you know you're supposed to keep to the track, right? He's going to come under pressure here from Ramsey, but he does have that DRS, which is going to help him ever so slightly. Won't be too long until the medium runners come into the pits. I don't think Elias wants to pit because he is on. And that's Jota with the fastest lap of
John's
the
in.
race
And
there.
Pogo's
now
in
in.
the pits.
And Bagoo's into the pits. Oh, and Dalek's up the inside of Richard, and he's been pushed up very wide there.
Daleks and Richard really putting on a show
Someone King's
here.
also in. Let's see if Bagoo can get out ahead of these guys. No, he doesn't. But his biggest rivalry here, Blazerfire. Let's see if he can get out ahead
Oh,
of
it's
them.
gonna be
It's gonna be
Elias
very close.
Custard.
And Bagoo does come out ahead of Blazerfire there.
Oh, Rancy, Custard,
comes-
and Elias in a real battle here.
And here comes Custard. He's
Oh
off
my God, off the
the...
track.
Oh
Boom!
no! Oh!
Oh, that's a shame.
I
He
think
tried to
Randy
do.
pushed him off there.
I think he tried to do a Ricardo in France, 2019.
But Ramsey's actually overtaken Elias there, actually.
Should I record that? Because I think Ramsey pushed him
Yeah.
off.
Oh, Pogoon! Oh! Oh!
Oh no!
Why? Just why?
I think he's on fresh rubber, so he's probably tyres aren't warm enough yet.
The thing is,
That was a great move on Ramsey, by the way, from Elias.
Just helps you just back up.
oh, Rancy!
No, Ramsey, he's gonna be out!
Oh, he's out.
Virtual safety car.
Both Alfa Romeos and virtual safety car is out.
That's gonna
This could
help.
actually help.
Oh, God.
Darren's in.
And kind of like you said, this
Darren's
corner.
Jump for Goo here.
Oh, and Sergeant Milk, she's got a 3-second time penalty. I'm gonna clip that, and I hope we remove it later.
No, Darren's gonna be up behind these guys. And I think
Bonge is now in.
for a new front wing. Oh, his pit crew wasn't ready, but I think that's just a glitch. He'll probably lose him halfway down the pit. Yep. Ninja's about to be lapped here, actually. I would expect probably Jota to...
And he's just spun it.
Oh, I'm so glad Ghosting is off.
Oh.
When Spelling turn off.
Ninjas is round.
Richard's up into 4th here, actually.
4th.
That's what I said.
Sounded like you said 5th.
Oh, Jota and Brad are in. This will be interesting to see where Pagoo
I think
coming
Dalek
into
might
the
be.
final corner.
Ninjas is in as
Oh no,
well.
Dalek's not coming in.
Oh no, he retired.
Well, this is going to be close between. Oh, I think Pagoo's actually going to take the lead here. Pagoo coming down the pitch straight now. He's gonna jump them both. And Pagoo up into the net lead of the race.
Dalek's is in 1st, but he's still yet to pit, so he's rich, so.
This is going to be very interesting.
Blaze
And
managed to jump Brad, by the way, as well.
Blaze was already ahead of Brad. Darren and Elias. Banging wheels, 2 teammates here. Showing no love loss.
Oh, and a 3-second time penalty for Darren.
Oh, Blazer flies off.
Oh, whoa, what? No! Oh, on his debut, no way.
Virtual safety car.
Oh my god. This past couple of laps have been simply
A shit
a
show.
wink fest. Should I put it like that? Like Gorilla, you said, or Karen, you said before.
Jota's picked up a 5-second time.
Oh my god. Okay. You said before this corner that Jota is going through right now. You said this corner was gonna be like a really dangerous corner because if you just put your wheel there, it can just throw you.
Inside curb, you're just gonna spin. It's
Yes.
like the Hungry corner.
Yeah.
When you're going uphill and it's like the little kind of like hair.
Yeah, the corner where I.
Yeah. If you just touch it.
You touch it with like a millimeter of your flipping wheel, and
Which is now in.
into the pits.
Oh, and Jota's now in. Whoa.
Jota's into the pits as well.
Wait.
He does have that. He's got that 5-second stop go, I think.
Oh.
Betafly is also.
Wait,
got a 5-second
wait,
stop
wait.
go for
Alex is second to the
leading
lead.
pit lane. No, he hasn't pitted yet.
Oh,
and Blazer 5 retired.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a massive shame.
He's got pole. Oh no, he's got the pole position. He was showing some pretty good pace.
Massive shame.
It's yeah. I mean, at least he proved to us that he's got a really good pace, and
he has the pace. So
yeah.
hopefully at Britain he can show us.
Oh, and Sergeant Milk and Richard.
Richard round the outside. I think Sergeant Milk kind of giving him that position back.
Richard going for a lot of moves here, and he's up into P6.
Very decent position here.
Yes.
Definitely a contender for the driver of the race. We've got Bradford under attack from Darren here. And Pagoo, I think, is going to come away with this race win. Jota, I think, is too far back to get this race win. Which is a massive shame for him.
Darren on the back of Bradford. Darren trying to take that podium off of Bradford. He's got the fastest tire. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fairly easy move here. Slipstream, DRS, faster tire.
And here comes Darren for 3rd place, and Bradford breaks a little bit later. And slots in just behind. But obviously Darren does have that penalty, which I think Darren may be a little bit maybe on the wrong strategy here. I think on those hard tyres, they'll definitely make it to the end. Darren on a he's actually done 2 stops here. He's on 3 lap old mediums. Obviously Daleks hasn't actually pitted yet. Oh yes he has.
I'll tell you what Darren needs to do now.
Daleks has actually pitted, but he obviously pitted at the 1st lap, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what Darren needs to do now. He needs to try to stay away from Bradford and trying to break that DRS range because if he stays 1 second ahead of Bradford, it's not gonna be easy to get away from him.
Yeah. Sergeant Milk in the back of Richard here though. And Jota has indeed gotten past Despairs for 9th place. I think Bonds is just kind of chilling. Darren's setting the fastest lap of the race. Let's see if he can start to hunt down Pagoo. But Darren's tyres obviously are going to be falling off a lot quicker than the guys around him. Dalek's obviously doesn't actually need to pit, but he's probably going to need to.
He has to still, because he's still got his 2 sets to start. He's still got to use...
English for one.
Yeah, he's got to use 2 sets of tyres still though, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he hasn't used both sets yet.
Any medium and softs for Bahrain? Or is it medium and
How about you sort your mic out first?
Yep.
Oh, Jota's just set the fastest lap of the race. Pagoo really needs to get this move done on Daleks here, otherwise he's going to have Darren all over the back of him. I don't think Pagoo has any penalties. Let me just have a look. Pagoo.
Yeah, he's got to use 2 sets of the Mandatory tyre,
Oh
isn't he?
no, Pagoo does have 3 seconds. But Darren also has a few penalties himself, so...
I think
Sergeant Milk is gonna be on the back of Richard now.
I know, Dalek's 1 away from the penalty though.
Sergeant Milk is actually having a very decent race. I think Daleks may be coming in this lap. Goes to the inside, but I think Pagoo is going to get this job, his overtake done into the first corner. Daleks looking to defend into the first corner. But Pagoo round the outside and he's lagged. I think that's one way of overtaking someone, I suppose. Just
Ask you one thing here though. Alex already went to the pit once, so should he go to the pit?
Still need to pit again.
He still needs to pit again.
He needs to.
He
needs to use 2 compounds.
Oh.
He's only used medium so far.
I need
Oh,
medium and
interesting.
soft
Darren,
for Bahrain.
medium, softs or hards. Either one of them. Bradford's starting to lose a little bit of pace now. And Sergeant Milk and Richard were probably one of the battles of the race here.
Richard is battling with every single driver here. That's his goal.
One person drops out, Bond would then pick up that point. Exactly pushing. I think he's kind of just waiting for that moment.
Darren's right on the back
Here
of
comes
Daleks.
Darren onto the back of Daleks here. Daleks, I would probably say, is probably going to pit this lap.
I think... No, he won't.
No?
I think he...
I think he's trying to hold them tyres out as long as possible and then go on softs at the end.
Maybe, but he's going to be really far down when it comes to pitting.
I'm gonna say maybe Daleks is waiting for a safety car here. Just maybe.
Potentially, but he will lose a few positions. But here comes Sergeant Milk. Can he get the move done? He's got DRS to the inside. See if Richard can... Oh,
he's trying to
even
brake
later
really
than
late
Sergeant
there.
Milk.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
That was good awareness from Richard there. I knew he was
Bond
probably
with
going to make
another
contact
3
and
second
brake.
up.
I don't think Bond really cares at this point. We're just hoping that someone else passes out. But just Southern Ping now onto the back of these guys. Could get very feisty for P6. Oh, and Bradford is now past Daleks. Into P3.
Wait.
Oh, Darren
my
onto the back of
god.
the goo
No. Just... I'm just checking the penalties here, and it looked like Bradford, he's got... if it finishes like this, Bradford's gonna take the lead. because Pogu and Darren's got 3 seconds worth of penalties, and Bradford he's got none. So
He's
pressure
2 warnings
might.
off a penalty.
Oh, Daleks
Oh,
has lost the rear there. And
He
Daleks
now,
is coming in.
yeah.
he's now into the pits.
That'll be a set of softs for the end.
He's probably gonna come back behind Sergeant Milk.
So this is a good battle between Pagoo and Darren here. Darren getting very out of shape into the second corner there. He's going to lose a little bit of time. Let's see where Daleks comes out. He's going to be out behind this group of people, but all those softs are going to be able to catch up fairly easy, I would say.
I think Jota
Daleks
might
can
even
get out ahead of Jota. Jota's obviously got the speed.
Sergeant Milk
Daleks
and Richard
around the outside.
once again.
Oh,
Yeah, that was gonna happen eventually.
oh,
That was gonna happen.
oh, and
Oh
Jota's
no,
out.
no, that was gonna happen.
I don't want to say anything. Oh, safety car.
That's gonna help Bond out a little bit.
I knew it.
I'm
We had
not
a lot
gonna
of
lie,
cars going.
Bond's actually coming in. I'm not gonna lie, it does appear that Jota sped up. It appears that I'm. I think he just went off. Darren's actually let him back through though, so I don't think Pagoo was happy with something. Yeah, as I was saying, I think Jota kind of sped up whilst he was crashing.
I think John's
I
gonna
don't
pit
wanna-
though, to be fair.
John could indeed pit, and he is.
Yeah.
And so is Darren. Bradford's backing off. Oh, Pagoo with a 5-second time penalty. Mediums for Pagoo here. Darren's onto the softs. Brad.
Oh.
I think Brad could get fucked up here. They're not even changing his tyres yet. I think Elias actually might jump him here. Daleks is up into 3rd place here. Oh no, Brad and Daleks. Oh no.
This ain't gonna end well.
But Richard up into 5th place here now though. Elias Sergeant Milk on mediums. That might not have been a good selection there.
Yeah, everyone else is on softs around him. Oh, John Pagoo's on mediums. There's Brad.
Daleks could actually win here. Even Bradford could win. He needs to get ahead of Daleks though. Pagoo is... Pagoo is lagging a lot here though. Yeah. Even Richard could actually win this race. Hang on, let me... Richard doesn't have any penalties, by the way.
Yeah, Brad and Richard don't. So we could easily see Daleks,
Darren
Brad,
has
and
3
Rich on the
seconds.
podium.
Pagoo has 3 seconds, by the looks of things. Daleks has a penalty, by the way.
Oh yeah, he sped on the.
Daleks does.
Yeah, he sped in the pit lane, I think.
Yeah. Bradford has no penalties. So Brad could
And-
actually win this race.
Brad and Rich could get a podium.
Elias has no penalties. Sergeant Milk has a penalty. Southern Ping, no penalties. Despairs, no penalties.
And Bond.
Mustard, a
Yeah.
fair few penalties. Got 6 seconds worth.
But
We are just waiting for Safety car will be in this lap, and then we'll be back under racing. Richard and Brad are probably now smiling like a Cheshire cat right now. For some reason Brad is in AI mode. Australia.
I think Darren's been on the podium though, hasn't he?
Don't think so. Safety car is indeed in this lap. So here we go. The restart
If Richard stays within
of the
three,
Bahrain Grand Prix.
if Richard and Brad stay in, like within 3 seconds of these guys, we could see Brad and Rich on the podium.
Here we go. Let's get on board with Darren. Slowly backing the pack up here. And we should. I assume he would bolt straight. Oh, Dalek stays with a 5-second time penalty. Here comes Darren, he's off. And Bagoo, kind of equally in Daleks. Oh, please don't crash into each other. Oh, and Daleks has hit into the back of both of them. And Richard up into 4th place here. Oh, he's going for a move. Oh, no!
No! No! That was...
No. Oh, and Southern Ping's hit into him as well. Oh, and Daleks is off. And Richard back up into 7th. Oh, Despairs, what are you... Daleks, what are you doing? Daleks just picked up flipping damage from trying to dive bomb Richard there. Richard could still come away with oh, Despairs is
Run wide.
plunge through. Oh no, oh, Despairs. Here comes Richard.
Yeah, because Bond dive bombed him. No, he brake tested him at Singapore in F2.
There we go. 2 raging balls under the back of the Racing Point. Oh no, don't make any... Oh, what are you doing, Daleks? Oh, there's Brad. Has Richard just picked up damage from that? I think he
Yeah.
has. Go on, Rich. Daleks has no front wing, by the way. Go on, Rich.
I really feel for Richard right now. He could have been on course for a podium.
Right onto the back of Bond.
The Spares has got no front wing, by the way. Literally, he's missing the whole left side of his wing.
Here comes Brad. Oh, Despairs is letting him through. I personally wouldn't pit.
Daleks is. He might be going for fastest lap, to be fair.
I feel like we're going to be busy after this race, lads.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow. I'll just wait till tomorrow to get everyone to send their clips in, and then do it tomorrow.
Oh, Bond just going for a move. Oh, and Sergeant Milk up in fourth. Aaron, I think he's going to come away with the win here.
I think. Ain't the top three got penalties as well? Oh no, Elias hasn't got any.
Elias has.
No, Elias hasn't got any. So we could
Oh.
see Elias.
Oh, Bonge and Despairs. Oh, that's a lovely overtake. Oh, go on, Richard.
Pushing him wide.
Oh, come on,
no.
Despairs.
I'm clipping that. Yeah, you clip it. You probably had a better point of view than I did.
That's safety car.
That's... What's the point?
That's going to help Richard out. Daleks didn't change his wing, by the way. He's got no front wing still. Yeah, he's back in. And Ping's not come back into this race though.
Richard got held up there for some reason in the pits.
It's Southern Pings for that overtaking there. It's going to be close between these two. Richard only just getting ahead. Probably because that's all he has left. I think he's had to let someone ping through there.
See, I think the safety car's pointless. I think the safety car's pointless now, though, to be fair. I don't know why they brought that out. Virtual safety car would have been better.
There was no DNF, that's which is why I'm so confused. Elias is going to win this race, I think.
And then Sergeant Milk might even get a fucking podium as well.
Yeah, penalty. Bradford, though, could get podium. All I'm going to say is it's going to take them at least another, what, 30 seconds, 40 seconds to catch up to the safety car. So Spares is into the pits.
Mediums.
Right now, literally Darren is being saved by these safety cars. Pagoo's actually going to be shunted off. Pagoo's actually probably going to be shunted off the podium here. Yeah. No matter where. Oh, Elias nearly running into the back of the goo there. Richard deserves that podium, or at least a win, maybe.
I think this. I don't know, but we'll have to discuss that off the stream. But that was just
Can't be in this lap.
what the Spurs did was uncalled for. To be fair,
Yeah. Oh,
and
Dalek with a 10-second time penalty.
the Spurs as well.
What is he doing? There we go. Elias and Sergeant Mill battling out on the track. I think Darren's gone, he has indeed. Sergeant Mill's overtaken Elias!
What?
That is cheeky! Here comes Bradford.
John just overtook Darren.
Ooh. The Goo wants that win. Oh, Dalek and Richard again.
Definitely.
Oh, Richard, oh, I think he's going to lose his position to the spares. Richard is not going to allow the spares through easily, I don't think it. Oh, Bradford and Elias here. Elias pushing him. Oh, Bradford up the inside. What a move. And Sergeant Milk into third place though.
I think that was kind of a bit of a corner cut from Brad, though, to be fair.
Oh, direct with a 3-second time penalty. Something's off for some apparent reason.
Oh, he got a warning for that, by the way, Brad. But he hasn't received a penalty yet, which is kind of odd.
Last lap here, and I have no idea who's actually going to win this. Sergeant Milk's going to come away with a podium, potentially. Richard, I don't think has any penalties either, so he should move up the order quite a bit here, I reckon.
No, he don't. He has 3 warnings. I don't get though. Ain't it meant to be 2 warnings and then you get a penalty?
Yeah.
But Brad's had 3 warnings.
Here we go. Going into the final sector of the race. And Bradford is up into third place.
He's
Sergeant Milk could still... Oh, we got a yellow flag, and that's Southern Ping. He's run out of fuel, I think. Oh, he hasn't. Oh, Pagoo picks up a 3-second time penalty. And Darren, I think, is actually going to win this race.
Brad's about 3 seconds down. He's not going to get it.
Going to come across. And he does win, but Darren wins. And Brad, can he... No.
Yeah.
Oh, Sergeant... Oh, no! I thought Sergeant Milk was going to get a podium.
Richard goes up to
Richard
P6.
moves up into 6th, though. Oh, my God. Oh. I can imagine what
Richard feels like right now.
Yeah. Just screenshot the results.
Alright, so I'll get these guys in, shall I?
Yeah. Darren, Bradford, and Lots.
There's Brad. Come on, game. Load my recent players. Stupid fucking thing. Darren. Elias.
Is that everyone in? No, we're still waiting for one more.
There
it
you
is.
go.
And there you have it. The Bahrain Grand Prix, and AMS Darren comes away with the win with SV Bradford in P2, Elias in P3, Sergeant Milk P4, SV Pagoo in P5, SV Richard making his way up into P6, SV Custard P7, Despairs P8, Daleks P9, and Summon Ping in P10. Out of the race we have Jota Blazefar, I don't actually know how to pronounce his name. SV Ninjas played. Oh, see, I knew I was right the first time. SV Ninjas, SV Ramsey, and SV Tony 44 out of the race. We will go. Actually, John, why are you in this pie? Okay. Shit. Okay. For now, you will be P5 for now. Okay. So we'll go on to the provisional race winner, AMS Darren. Started P5, and you've come away with the win after pitting 3 times. Just give us a few words from your race today.
Just a big crazy race. Just sums up there, it's just a complete crazy race overall.
Every fucker's decided to join now. Sorry about that, Darren. But every fucker's decided to join. just bring in the top 10.
Nah, you're alright. Like, let Darren speak, come on then.
As main said, it's a complete crazy race overall, from safety cars to virtuals.
Oh.
Who else has just joined?
Bond.
Oh, for God's sake. Does everyone want to be interviewed, do they?
No, just let Darren speak. He's let everyone speak between them. Just let him carry on.
That's what I say. No, it's just main said it was just a complete crazy race from the start, the safety cars at the end.
Don't know.
That race was mad.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Oh, fair enough. I will move you over to Sinistro to interview our second place man, SV Bradford.
Yeah, it's Matt from now on.
Oh, who cares?
Nah, it's Pog of you. Well, that race I'm gonna start off with was mad. Literally, everyone was everywhere. Literally, I at one point I did not know what happened because, I think it was lap 22. Massive incident happened, put me down to P9. I literally, a lap after, I was at the end of that lap. I went up 5 positions. I literally dived up everyone's inside. I think at the start, Daleks kind of ran wide, and I went in between Richard and Daleks. Then stayed behind Custard until the DRS straight in Sector 2. Dived up his inside. Literally about 2 corners after, I just went yeet up the inside with Despairs. I thought, can't really lose much anymore. Then I thought, alright, I'm just going to have to push as hard as I can. Safety car luckily came out, saved me quite a bit. As you can see, I'm very pumped. I want to do it again, but that sprint at the end, I'm gonna say a very big thank you to Sergeant Milk, because if he didn't let me past at that DRS straight, I think I wouldn't have got P2. I think I'd have lost out. But P2 is amazing for me, especially with how that race went.
Yep. Obviously, Elias should come home with 3rd place. For now, obviously, until we sort out everything. I'm not sure where you started, but I mean, you had a bit of an up and down race for yourself. But yeah, just give us a few words of how you felt during that race.
Yeah, well, for some reason the game decided it didn't want to load my setup in, so I was on default setup. And then I think lap 2, Daleks decided to be a fucking idiot and decided just to dive on me.
He was
and
more
took
than a
half my front
fucking
wing.
idiot that race.
I was just gonna say, Daleks doesn't know how to fucking race, and he's a twat, and yeah. You can go and do
I
that.
wish. Did you see after the safety car when
Because
that massive incident happened?
Because he took out
Bravo.
Bradford and fucking Richard over the safety car in like 1 lap, and it's like fucking do one, mate. Anyway, so yeah, he had his shenanigans at the end. And then what else happened? Not much really. Yeah, it was just kind of. When did I blow you up? What, when you decided to go off track to pass me, mate? As I moved.
Oh,
To make
Shots
my
fired.
defender
right,
move.
no arguing.
This is more than shots. This is RPGs to the absolute legs.
Anyway,
This-
anyway, and
Oh god.
This is turned into a meme session right now.
anyway, and then yeah, so the final safety car, for some reason, Milk. I don't know why I had to give the place back to Milk, otherwise it would have been a legal overtake for whatever reason. And so that kind of
Just let Elias get on with his thing, please.
yeah. So yeah, it should have been P2, P3, but obviously John will probably get his penalties removed, so it'll be P4, but it should have been should have been in the podium, but who cares, whatever. It was a decent race anyway.
Only if Daleks wasn't there.
Literally.
Yeah. Obviously, that is the provisional results until obviously we can sort out everything. But I want to say thank you to Matt and Jack for helping me out tonight. We obviously will be back next Sunday for the British Grand Prix press conference, where I feel like a lot of drivers are probably going to want a part of that.
What track?
Race.
What track?
Britain.
All right, corner cut central. All right, here we go.
But yeah, and obviously we will be back next Monday for the British Grand Prix as well. So that is it from me, and we will see you next week, and goodbye.